Hey everyone, and we are back with another home vlog. We haven't done a home vlog in a long time. Morning. Good morning, Mimi. And there's Gio. Everybody in the last video, well, not everybody, but a lot of people were asking for Gio in the last video. And they're like, where's Gio? Where's Gio? But Gio was just napping. Just the same thing he's doing right now. Hi, Gio. Anyways, I just got back from Barcelona yesterday. I know I've been there so many times the past few weeks. But I got this lovely bag. It's from a bakery called Hoffman Pastries. I don't know if you've heard of it. If you have, let me know. But they have the best filled croissant you have ever tasted in your life. And I'm gonna show you right now. But first, I'm gonna make myself a latte so I can have it with my croissants. You already have your latte.
No, I just started. I haven't even sipped it yet. I'm waiting for this.
Okay.
So I've been waiting so that I could have my croissant and coffee.
Alright, latte is ready. Now time to open up this lovely croissant so we can show everybody how good it looks.
Hey look, we both got Mickey Mouse cups.
Yeah, we both have Mickey Mouse. Alright, ready?
So I bought this at the M&M store.
Where? Which M&M store?
At Disney Springs. I didn't know you couldn't microwave this.
Microwave?
I mean, excuse me, dishwash. See, it's still early morning. I haven't finished my coffee yet. Scratch it, at it. Yeah, I didn't know you couldn't dishwash this. And so some of the Mickeys started to rub off. And yeah, it's like stickers.
So I got these delivered in Barcelona to the hotel. I think it's too far from the hotel, so they just delivered it to me. I use the app called Deliveroo. Look how pretty these are, guys. Ready? Let's look at that lovely cross section.
I don't know if you can see in there.
Here's the stuff that piece there.
Look at that.
You can't really see the cream. It's there, guys. Maybe you'll have a better cross section than mine.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yours is better.
Oh wow, yeah.
There we go. Look at that cream.
Look, you can even see it on this, on the knife. Haha.
Where's the cream filling? Isn't that like a commercial or something? Anyways, all right, we're gonna have a little breakfast, and then later on in this vlog, we're going to do a Q&A on Instagram. I posted a story asking for questions so that we could do a Q&A. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you should, because then you could have sent a question in. But yeah, we have tons of questions, and we're gonna answer them here in the vlog later on today. Well, that was an amazing breakfast. So John actually left. He went to his studio to work on some art. If you are new to the channel, John is in school. He's getting his master's in fine arts. So he's doing that today. So guys, I have these very, very ripe bananas. So you know what you do with ripe bananas? You make banana bread. So that's what I'm gonna do. I know I haven't baked in a while here on the videos, here on the vlog. So I'm gonna do that today. Quick, basic recipe banana bread. I have most of my ingredients ready right here. I'm actually gonna make banana nut bread. I know nuts are kind of controversial. Not everybody likes nuts in their baked goods, but I like them, so I'm gonna use nuts. Anyways, I got some brown sugar already here in my mixing bowl. The recipe that I'm using is Sally's Baking Addiction. I know a lot of you guys use her as well. I've never actually made her banana bread, so I'm excited to try it. Everything that I've made from her in the past has been really good. So here goes nothing. I will link that in the description down below. So I got my brown sugar here in my mixing bowl. I'm gonna attach my paddle. I got my 1 stick of butter. I'm gonna mix that. I'm gonna beat in my eggs one at a time. I also have some yogurt I'm gonna add as well. And now it's time to add the star of the show, which is the mashed bananas. I did that here in this little bowl. And we can't forget our vanilla extract as well. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And now finally time to add in my dry ingredients. I have flour in here, cinnamon, salt, and some baking soda. I'm gonna put my shield on so the flour doesn't get all over me and all over the place. And last but not least, my walnuts. All right, so I don't wanna overmix my batter because then it'll get too tough. So I'm gonna mix in the rest by hand. Also, it's very important that when adding walnuts and any kind of nut to your pastries and your baked goods, you wanna toast your walnuts in the oven for about, I don't know, between 5 and 8 minutes. You don't wanna burn them. It's very easy to burn nuts. At about 350 degrees Fahrenheit, you wanna toast your walnuts in the oven. Toasting them really brings out the flavor in the nuts. So I always do that anytime that I'm gonna use walnuts or pecans. And finally, I have my loaf pan lined with parchment paper. Parchment paper really helps you lift it out of the baking dish once it's finally baked. It makes the whole process clean and easy. And just like that, I made this banana bread in under 10 minutes. Such a quick and easy recipe. I'm gonna pop it into the oven for about, let me look at this recipe, 60 to 65 minutes. Oh my God, it's a long time. So I'm gonna pop this into the oven for 60 to 65 minutes at 350 degrees. Alexa, set a timer for 1 hour. Sorry guys, I had to do it. I had to do it. To those of you who have an Alexa, sorry about that. Alexa, play Dancing Queen. Also, really quick guys, I realized that I never showed you some footage that I have saved on my phone from when I worked the Boeing 787. I think it was like 2 months ago, and it was the one and only time that I worked the 787. So I'm gonna insert the footage here of the 787. Here is banana bread. Gio, stop barking. See guys, Gio is alive. I know you guys didn't think that he was, but he's still here. We're around the corner. Where are you, Gio? There you are, Gio. Everyone thought you were dead.
Why?
He's alive and well. Because he didn't make an appearance on the last vlog. There you go.
Oh, God.
What are you ripping about?
Anyways, back to the banana bread. How was your day at the studio?
So-so.
Hey, okay, enough.
I got some things done, but not really. Some days you're just not inspired, but you have to do stuff. You just gotta do something, even if it's not what you want to do. Or if it's even just like putzing around or doing something completely different.
Well, hey, you know what? Maybe banana bread will inspire you. Yeah, you let it go up and down.
Ooh, look at them walnuts.
Look at them walnuts. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's dry, right?
A little bit. It's still good though.
It's too dry.
We had right towards the end.
True.
So in all fairness, it really was, the crust was dry, you could see it.
Maybe I didn't use enough bananas because it required 3 or 4 bananas and I only used 2.
It's still good.
The flavor is good. All right, so he's cutting another sliver to see if it's moistier. Moistier. Ready?
Not as dry.
It's better. It's not as dry as the first piece on the outer, but it could be a little moistier. Moistier. That's not even a word. Moist. Sorry. I know some people don't like that word.
Moist.
And we're back. It's the next day. We didn't do the Q&A yesterday, obviously, but we're doing it today. So I have a ton of questions here from Instagram. Hi, Mimi.
She wants to be in it.
Can you guys see her? Okay.
She's gonna have to sit here to be quiet.
She's pretty good about doing that. All right, so let's get right into the question. Okay, so let's start with the first one here. Favorite Disney park? My favorite Disney park is Epcot because of eating and drinking.
I like Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom because of
Animals. Animals. I'm an animal lover, so I love. It's like a big zoo with, you know, some rides. So I actually like Animal Kingdom. And then second, I would say Epcot.
Tim Tams or Oreos? So Tim Tams is an Australian cookie, and that's my vote is for Tim Tams. So this question is from Dave, who actually sent me like, what, 15 packs of Tim Tams over Christmas time?
I would agree with that, Tim Tams too. I mean, I was never a big Oreo fan. I like them, they're good, but Tim Tams blow them out of the park.
So good. Have you ever been to Germany? I've been to Germany on a layover, like on a stopover connecting to Rome like years and years and years ago.
Never have, I would love to go.
Next question is, do you and John speak Spanish? We do speak Spanish.
I understand it better than I speak it sometimes. I tend to get tongue twisted, but yes, yeah, we do both speak Spanish.
But we don't speak it to each other. Have you ever encountered an alligator or crocodile while in Florida?
Yes.
Encountered like, oh no, we just ran into an alligator? No.
Okay, so he used to live, when we first started dating, he lived at a separate apartment complex, and in his pond in the back, there was an alligator or crocodile.
Yeah.
I think it was an alligator.
What is your favorite restaurant in Disney World? My favorite restaurant is the restaurant that I have my birthday dinner at every year, which is California Grill, and at the very top of the Contemporary Resort, and you can overlook all of Magic Kingdom, and it's really, really pretty.
I like California Grill, so I don't know if I have a favorite, but I have like some tops. Narcoozy.
I know, and that's for your favorite.
I
favorite
know, but I
restaurant.
don't necessarily have I can't choose between them. Because I was gonna say the other one is it Boma? I don't necessarily have a favorite. I have a bunch that I like.
Pick one or two.
I'm not gonna pick.
What is the camera you're using that has the filter? So this camera is a Sony. Actually, I'm like looking at the camera to see if it has it on there. Sony's, I don't know, something. I'll put it right here on the screen. I don't really know like the model, but I know it's a Sony. Do you want to work for a different airline? No. When's the wedding? We are not getting married. We've never really been interested in marriage or having a wedding or anything like that.
We're more of Kurt Russell and
Goldie Hawn.
Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn.
Are you and John close to your fathers? No, we're not.
My father passed away. I didn't really grow up with him.
And I talk to my dad every now and then, but we're not close ever since my mom and my dad divorced like 7 years ago. We kind of like drifted apart. Will you come to Australia?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. The one thing that I'm like nervous about Australia, are there really like snakes and scorpions and like all these weird bugs all over the place? And those, is that the case? Let me know.
Those big monster spiders.
Yeah, and spiders and all these things.
He is scared of creepy crawlies. He gets scared of bees.
Bees and wasps I'm very afraid of as well. What is your 5-year plan? I don't know, I haven't really thought about it. Hopefully to still be working at my airline. Probably making more like vacation-y travel vlogs here on YouTube because I really love showcasing that.
My 5-year plan would include graduating. I would love to start teaching in the arts and also just being a career artist.
When you travel overseas as a flight attendant, does it pay really good? So for long international flights, you get paid $3.75 extra an hour. And then for shorter international flights, you only get paid $3 an hour.
So yes, I guess the short answer is you do get.
So yeah, you get a little bit better pay when you're traveling internationally. Hi Francesco, would you and John ever consider having kids? So this was like a recurring question. And the answer is,
I mean, I'd love kids. I don't know if we're ready for that just yet. Like having dogs is like a first step towards sort of like baby steps towards having kids, and they require a lot of attention. So I mean, I don't know how you navigate, how people navigate having kids and traveling and doing things like that.
I personally never have wanted kids. It doesn't seem like we're heading in that direction. Would you and or John consider being private Disney guides? Probably not. I don't feel like I know everything about Disney.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I mean, I think there are specific people, vloggers that really love that kind of stuff. I like just enjoying it. I don't like wanting to work there and be the guide and do all that, because then I think it takes away that magic too.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe there's a magic, but I like the distance.
Hey there, Lufthansa flight attendant colleague here. What is your favorite European airline? I did travel on the Lufthansa Airbus A380, which is a double-decker plane, and it's super cool. It was super modern. That was really nice. And I've also been on Air France before. I don't know. I like both of them. I've only been on them once before, but Lufthansa was nice.
I've only been on Aer Lingus and Turkish Airlines. Were they great? I mean, I don't know, they just felt like airplanes to me. Nothing about them stood out.
He's not an aviation enthusiast, so that's not the right question for him. Did you book the Disney Wish? We have not booked the Disney Wish. I don't want to book it till like probably like a few months out. Maybe it probably won't even be until like next fall. I don't need to be on the maiden voyage or anything like that. So probably fall 2022. Will you always be based in Florida, or would you like to move to another state or city? Good question. I don't know. The only place I would move is probably somewhere that we have a base at, which would be either Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Charlotte, Phoenix, LA. Oh yeah, Chicago. Did I say Dallas? I don't know if I would move to any of those. I grew up down here in South Florida, so I'm pretty comfortable and familiar with it down here. It's always scary to move to a new place, so I don't know. I certainly would not want to commute, so I would definitely have to be to a city that we have a base at.
Well, I mean, if you had to commute, like if you lived in a city, it would be easier because you would have the transportation within the city to get you to the airport.
But I mean commute like by plane.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You mean. Yeah, no, that I would not want to do. That's,
yeah.
I don't know how flight attendants do that, but that's a lot of work.
When did you start to have a love for Disney? I lived in Orlando for college and I liked Disney then, but I didn't love it until I moved away from Orlando in 2013. I would say my love for Disney started around 2015. I started going there for vacations instead of like living in Orlando. That's when my love for Disney developed.
I didn't have a love for Disney prior to Francesco. I had gone when I was a kid once and that was it, and I had those memories, but back then it was only Disney World. It just grew with Francesco.
Okay. Favorite destination for a work trip or personal trip? Europe. I love Spain, obviously, Italy, or I love the UK, Paris. But my favorite destination, I don't know, it's so hard to say. It's like picking your favorite children. I don't know, between Spain and Italy. I love them both. We know yours.
Which is?
You talk about it all the time. Egypt.
Yes, Egypt was a dream trip. Like it was one of those things like you dreamed of when you were a kid, you'd love to go.
How long have you and John been together?
I feel like it's gonna go on 5 years now.
It'll be 5 years in November that we met.
Yeah, and then
I don't really know when it became official. January-ish. Like it was like no date where it actually became official.
But we met in November.
We met in November 2016. What's your favorite Disney resort? Polynesian is my favorite. So hard.
It is a hard one. I like the Wilderness Resort because it has that natural outdoor feeling and you could bring the dogs.
Oh no, you're thinking about Fort Wilderness Cabins.
Thank you, Fort Wilderness. I always confuse the two. I do like Fort Wilderness right now because we can bring the babies.
Any place you've not visited yet but would love to visit would be Japan.
Yeah, we wanted to go to Japan.
How do you and John handle the age difference? I don't know. I don't really think like it's a problem. The age difference really. I think we're pretty much on the same page as far as certain things like partying and things like that. And not to toot my own horn, but I think I'm pretty mature for my age. What?
No, he is very mature for his age. I mean, there are differences, and that's okay. You know, I mean, my experiences, and it has nothing sometimes even to do with age. It just has to do with things like geography. He grew up here, I grew up in Chicago. He grew up suburban, I grew up urban. There are those differences. It's not necessarily just age-related differences. It's also just how we grew up differently and how we navigate. Okay, well, you're you know, this is how you grew up, and this is how I grew up, and we just have to like figure it out.
Do you see yourself still flying in 5 to 10 years, or are you going to pursue something else? Definitely still flying, just because of the flexibility and the benefits, and the pay gets better with the years. So yeah, I'll definitely be flying. Definitely. The answer to the question is I will definitely be flying in 5 to 10 years.
Can I add an addendum? Only if people stop acting out though too. People need to act better on planes and just be more respectful.
Yeah, people have been acting out lately. It's kind of scary, but yeah, I'll also be flying. Have you ever been to Louisville, Kentucky? I have not.
Oh, I passed through it.
What is your favorite food at Disney World? Chicken tenders and fries. Any fun summer plans?
Yes.
My birthday getaway vacation, which is at the end of July. Have you ever caught passengers trying to join the Mile High Club? No, I have never had that happen. What is a scar on John's neck from?
It's a biopsy. I had that when I was 17. You have lymph glands back there, and they actually took a chunk out, so. And then I had a butterfly stitch. So I couldn't move, but I moved, and I think it may have just left a little scar too.
What has been one of your biggest achievements, and why was this so important to you? I think it was like getting hired by my airline. I was really, really excited about working for a legacy airline and being able to travel to Europe and work on big planes. So I was very, very happy when I got hired. So
biggest achievement? Living.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
Next cruise, will it be Disney? Hopefully. Most likely it will be.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I was looking at prices yesterday. I'm ready to book, but someone over here is always like, well, you know, we gotta save, we gotta do this, we gotta do that.
You know what? You always need a little yin to your yang.
And hopefully it'll be like August, September.
It'll have to be before I start school though.
Our neighbor Kaylee asks, what's it like having the cutest dogs? Aw, Kaylee. Well, it's just fun, it's cute.
It's fun.
And she has a cute dog too, so shout out to Tucker.
To Tucker.
Mia's little friend.
Mia's big friend.
Oh, Mia's big friend, he's a big boy, he's a big dog.
Yeah, Mia loves him.
A Francesco Cafe is needed, cooking segments. I know I haven't done a cooking segment in a while. This vlog I did the banana bread obviously, but I want to do more in the future. Obviously, when it gets closer to the holidays, I like to do more like holiday things.
To be honest,
it's also been kind of good for us to not be cooking and baking.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think we both gained COVID weight from the baking stuff.
Yeah.
The other thing was my sugar level was actually kind of high, and I think it was all that. So we've had to make some adjustments. I don't want diabetes, so I have to be careful.
China Doll. Oh, China Doll, we actually met her at Hollywood Studios.
Oh, yes, I remember her.
So China Doll asked, would you ever move to Orlando to be closer to Disney? So like I said earlier, I did live in Orlando for like 7 years while I was in college and then a little bit after college, and I didn't love Disney as much when I was living there. So I would not move back to Orlando. I don't know, maybe I would, but I feel like the magic won't be the same. Have you ever worked for a different airline? I have. So my very first airline was when I was 20 years old, and I worked for Spirit Airlines for 6 months. I was a customer service agent in Orlando. I worked at the ticket counter and at the gates, boarding flights and stuff like that. Shortly after that, after the 6 months at Spirit, I started working for JetBlue as a flight attendant. My very first base was Boston, and then I transferred to Fort Lauderdale, and then I transferred to Orlando. So I worked for 3 airlines.
Spirit, JetBlue, and now American.
And I worked for JetBlue for 7 years, and now I've been with American for almost 6. Total flying time, I've been flying since I was 20. Oh yeah, we skipped this question, by the way, how old we were. So I'm 33, I'm gonna be 34 at the end of July. This guy just turned...
I'm older than 33.
Everybody knows how old you are because of your birthday vlog.
Fine. Well, obviously they don't because they're asking, but yeah, I'm 50.
Some people don't know, but some people know. Of the international layovers you have done, which country would you live in for a year? I would live in Spain for a year. This is not a question, but it says, I forgot where you are from. Born in New York, raised in South Florida. My mother is from Ecuador, and my dad is Italian.
I was born in New York and lived in Puerto Rico and was raised in Chicago. Both my parents are Puerto Rican.
How many siblings do you have? Both of my younger brothers have been in my video, so I have 2 younger brothers.
I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Do you ever visit Amsterdam? I went to Amsterdam like in 2014 with Coco and Dean before I was vlogging, and I loved Amsterdam so much. I would love to go back.
Never been.
What Disney destination, other than Disney cruises, would you like to go to next? Disneyland in California.
Oh, I was gonna say Aulani.
I've never been to Disneyland, California. Did you ever work for Disney, or are you just a fan? I did work for Disney. I worked for Disney in 2005. I worked there for like 6 months. I was a vacation planner at Disney's Animal Kingdom. When do you suggest to visit Salem, and is October too crazy? So I suggest the very end of September or the very beginning of October to avoid the crazy crowds and all the people.
When it starts to get towards, I think, mid-October, the crowds really pick up.
Unless you like crowds.
Yeah, unless you're a crowd lover, which we're not.
UK or Spain? They're different, but they're so good. They're both so good in their own way. I pick Spain.
I'm not picking sides.
Any chance you guys will go back to Salem this year? I hope so. Well, I love Salem, but we've already done it 2 years in a row. But I definitely want to go to New England.
We were just talking about Sleepy Hollow in upstate New York.
Maybe the Berkshires. What is your favorite aircraft to work? I like working the 777, obviously, either the 200 or the 300, basically any wide body, really. 787. Here's a good question. What is your biggest pet peeve? Inconsiderate people.
Just ignorant people.
Any plans to visit Chicago with John sometime soon?
So we did talk about that as part of the summer, and I thought it would be nice to go around August. It's usually really hot, but they also have a lot of festivals.
Yeah, definitely. I hope to go to Chicago. I hear they have good restaurants. And that was the last question. Yeah, that was the last one. A lot of them were like repeat questions. Some are inappropriate questions.
Really inappropriate.
So we're not gonna answer those, obviously. That was it for the question. We have to do a live chat soon though. Live chats are always fun. So we'll do a live chat, we'll think of a date, and then we'll let you guys know of a good date to do a live chat. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video, a little mix of baking, home life.
Keep that in there.
Home life. Q&A. So if you're new here, please subscribe down below. Turn on the little bell for post notifications. It'll alert you the next time I post a new video. Also give this video a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram so that way you can send me a question next time that I do one of these Instagram story question things, Q&A things. And with all that being said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Bye.